from snowy Erie, Pennsylvania. I'm getting onto Interstate 90 eastbound towards Buffalo. Thought I would take you for a snowy commute along I-90. Overnight, they received some lake effect snow. Still getting some flurries right now. There's the possibility of a snow squall at any time. But I thought I would take you for a fun little drive. Hope you've been having a good weekend. When I'm filming this, it's Saturday morning, and I'm heading to Buffalo for yet another Buffalo Bills football game. Never thought I would go to 3 games in one season, but here we are. Just get lucky like that. And I'm going to the Bills versus Broncos playoff game. So if you're seeing this prior to 1 p.m., I'm in Orchard Park, New York, at Highmark Stadium. If you see me around, say hi. Might be difficult because I'll be bundled up. Just look for the Bucky scarf. Roads are snow covered, but they're not too bad. Interstate 79 was a different story. It was very icy. And the problem is when the temperature gets down as low as it does, it's currently 19 degrees Fahrenheit. When it gets this low, rock salt doesn't do as well as it normally would to melt ice. I saw a few accidents on 79 heading up here this morning. Nothing serious, but just some cars that went off the road. Speed limit on here is 55, and that's what I'm doing, and I'm being passed. I don't understand why some people drive as fast as they do in the snow. I've seen people spin out doing that. Switch lanes in the snow, I take my time. I don't just go right into the other lane because that's how you can lose control. But anyway, I hope you're enjoying this. There's the good old saying, feel the lake effect. Well, we're feeling it. And we've been feeling it in Pittsburgh, too. You know, we've been getting some lake effect snow all the way down in Pittsburgh the last few days. Almost every day this past week. I would brush snow off my car again in the morning. And since I work in a body shop, I would bring my car in at the end of the day to melt the snow off, dry it off, and then the next day repeat the cycle. Every morning, 2 to 3 inches of fresh snow covered the car. Got everybody slowing down up here. It's difficult when you're in a little car like me and you have what I call a wall in front of you, like an express van or like a truck, and you can't see around it. Heck, that van looks like it's been expressed. Anyway, I hope you're having a wonderful start to your 2025. Obviously, my thoughts and prayers go out to everybody in Southern California affected by the devastating wildfires going on there. It's absolutely awful what's happening over there. They need this precipitation getting so much of it for the last few months. Whether it's been rain almost every day or snow almost every day, it's been a bit much. And I love snow, don't get me wrong, I love it, especially for football games. That first Bills game I went to this season against the 49ers, the Snow Bowl, that was so much fun. I had a blast sliding down a big mountain of snow, people throwing snowballs and good fun. It was quite a great time. But now that Christmas is over and it's going to the middle of January now, I think I'm about done with the snow, especially since it's been almost every day. But it does make it look really nice. Obviously, I did a video recently from the ghost town of Thurman, West Virginia, and it was snowing there as well. Nice big snowstorm. But it was a lot of fun, and boy, did it look pretty down there. And it does up here as well. But I'm ready for sunshine, warm temperatures, beach weather, outdoor weather. Before you know it, I'll be back up here in the summer for Discover Presque Isle, spending my time at Presque Isle State Park and at the Riviera Motel, where they have an awesome swimming pool. Boy, look at him tailgating that Trailblazer. It's real smart. Not. And I visit Erie several times a year. It's only an hour and a half away from me. I love coming up here. If I didn't have commitments in Buffalo, I would be spending my Saturday here in Erie. However, I am meeting up with my good friend Anthony of Ace's Adventures. Check out his channel. He and I are going to be hanging out today. Don't know what we're getting into, but he always has something fun planned. As they say, feel the lake effect. Definitely feeling it. It's a nice warm 20 degrees Fahrenheit. At least it won't be so brutally cold for this Bills game like my last one was. My last game I went to was against the Patriots in late December. Actually, it was a couple of days before Christmas. I got that ticket as a gift and really enjoyed myself. Originally, the game was supposed to be at 1 p.m. It was pushed back to 4:30. And at kickoff, it was 12 degrees Fahrenheit. By the game's end, it was 6 degrees Fahrenheit. Won't be that cold. Actually, this will be the warmest game I've gone to out of the 3 this season. The game against the 49ers, it was 27 degrees. This game, it's going to be a hot 31 degrees. Interstate 90 borders Lake Erie. It's free for the most part in Ohio until you get west of Cleveland, where Interstate 80 merges with it. Then it becomes a turnpike and you have to pay to drive on it. In Pennsylvania, I-90 is free. In New York, I-90 is called the Thruway, and you have to pay to drive on it there as well. It's a scenic drive, though, up here. On a good day, you'll see Lake Erie off to the left. Won't be able to see it very well today. There you go, fresh, clean windshield. Sign even says it there, snow squall possible, use caution. Amazing how the Great Lakes can cause lake effect snow, and in thin bands too. Now, depending on where those bands are heading, much of Erie County has seen several feet of snow this winter already. But you can go several miles without one single flake of snow, and then all of a sudden it'll be a whiteout. And it can be a couple of miles long, and then all of a sudden you're out of it again and not a single flake of snow. Right here is where Interstate 86 starts and heads to Jamestown, New York. Where the speed limit picks up to 65 miles per hour. Looks like we have PennDOT up ahead treating the roadway. Good, we need it. Just a moment ago I hit a slick spot where I lost traction for a brief second. probably didn't notice it on camera, but I certainly did in the pedal. That's where the Lakeshore Railway Historical Society is located, where I do my rail fanning videos on the CSX Lake Erie sub. Right there at the depot. They have a lot of locomotives on display. And it's one of the busiest rail lines in the Commonwealth of PA. It runs from Cleveland to Buffalo and beyond both cities, as a matter of fact. It's the same line that runs through Berea, Ohio, where I often go. Also northeast is where a friend of mine lives. I have several friends that call Erie and Erie County home. A shout out to my friend Ash. She calls Northeast home. And I've had people question that before. Northeast, that's the town name. It's in northeastern Erie County, almost on the Pennsylvania and New York border, despite the whole county and the city itself being in northwestern Pennsylvania. I don't know. I don't get it. But it makes sense for Erie County. Northeast. Don't mind me being quiet at times. I'm just letting you enjoy the road noise. Plus, I need a sip of my peach tea. It's very good. Crystal Light peach tea. At this point, we're 76 miles from Buffalo. Route 20, state line. We're coming up on the border here in a few miles. US 20 is another highway that hugs the shores of Lake Erie through Ohio, Pennsylvania, and New York, going through Cleveland, through Erie, northeast, all the way up the lake shore to Buffalo, and beyond in both directions as well. Scenic drive, very scenic drive through Erie County's wineries and vineyards, especially in New York. It's a beautiful drive. Now, I have my camera set up on my mount on the windshield, so I don't have it in my hand. And I'm looking off to my left, and there's a vineyard here, and typically you would be able to see Lake Erie, but because of the snow and the low ceiling that we have today, because of it, you cannot see the lake at all. But on a clear day, you can see for miles out on the lake. Normally right here you would see it off in the corner there where the quick fill sign is. It just went out of frame. We're almost to the New York state line, and I think that will be where I wrap up the video. Still have a couple of miles to go. Is the Pennsylvania Welcome Center for travelers heading west on 90 from New York. Yep, we're almost at the state line now. Ripley is where the state line is. There's a Love's Travel Center there. It's actually the site of an old hotel that I filmed several years ago on the channel, the Colonial Squire. It was a quaint little hotel that had been closed for years, and I loved checking that place out. Couldn't get inside, but it was really nice, and now there's a Love's there. Welcome to New York. Alright everybody, I think I'll start wrapping up the video now. If you ever get a chance to travel I-90 in New York, it does go across the state, goes through the Finger Lakes region, through Auburn, and it's just beautiful. The view along I-20 through the countryside of New York is one of the most beautiful drives in America, I believe. To me, anyway. And I know I've only seen half of the country at this point in my life, and I know drives out west are just as beautiful, especially down in Texas. Yeah, I'm a little biased, but the drive in upstate New York is just absolutely scenic and beautiful. Anyway, I'm going to wrap up the video now. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your weekend, and I will see you next time. And if you're in Orchard Park today, I'll be at Highmark Stadium for the Bills game against the Broncos at 1 p.m. Come by, say hi. I'll be sticking around for a little bit after the game, too, in town before I head back home to Pittsburgh. Alright, everybody. Take care and stay awesome. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.